Hello, I'm Renee, and I'm here with What Grows in the Night. Welcome back. I'm back. I'm also kind of in pain because I've been riding to work every day, which is one way is 6.5 kilometers both ways every day for 5 days a week, which is, let me do some quick math here, because it's 12 kilometers. Wait, is it 12? 6. It's 13 kilometers per day, right? Wait. Let me do some quick math, because it's 6.5 times 2. Yeah, 13 kilometers per day, 5 times a week, which is 65 kilometers of riding my bike, and it's painful. My legs are in pain. I have not enjoyed it, and it's been going for the last 4 weeks at least. Has it been 5 weeks by now? It has been over 5 weeks actually, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now it's the 6th week, I suppose. So lovely. I love it. Great. I'm in pain, yes. Luckily it's muscle pain, so strain. I'll be fine. My muscles don't like it, but sure, let's jump into the game. It's a visual novel. I like those. It looked cool. The art style looks neat. The night that she came was the first in a long time that I had seen another soul. My concept of time wasn't great, me being a spirit at most. But there hadn't been any crops in a long time. There hadn't been any weeds in almost as long. The sun had come and gone too many times to count. Seasons upon seasons had passed. And while I hadn't seen the soul since long before last stalk fell, it's been me, some dead trees, a dead house, and nothing more. But then this woman came. She walked around the land like she owned the place, not that there was anyone around to say otherwise. Well, except me. But it's hard to tell when someone tells someone to scram when you don't have a real mouth. Animals can sense animosity, but not people. Well, fair enough. Or maybe she could and she just didn't care. I had expected her to leave once she realized this land was barren. But instead, she came closer to me, closer and closer until we were face to face. I couldn't see how old she was, but I could feel it. She had been around for some time. She looks cool. I like her outfit. I want it. Where did you get the cloak? I want the cloak. It's amazing. There wasn't a single wrinkle on her skin, no grey hairs, but I could feel how ancient she was. No matter however old I may have been, didn't matter. I was surely nothing more than a sprout to her. The elements haven't been kind to you, have they? Maybe, maybe not. I didn't know how I looked before, and I didn't know how I looked now. Did she want something from me? It wasn't as though I could give her anything, being a stick in the ground. A house could at least offer a shelter, but me? I was only useful for scaring off birds. For such an old scarecrow, though, your spirit is strong. You've been out here for quite some time with nothing to do, but your spirit hasn't wavered at all. I think you'll be perfect. Lucky me. Lucky? I was surely struck with a need to want to know what she was thinking. What were her plans for me on this place? I'll return soon enough. Don't go anywhere. Not that you can. With that, she walked away, leaving me alone again. She was strange. What could she possibly want with me? Sometime later, she returned as promised. She had brought things with her at that time. Fabric, sticks. I watched her as she set it all down and pulled out a knife. I didn't have much of a clue what she was doing at first, but somehow I now had even less of an idea than before. She set about cutting off whatever clothes had been on me all these years, the knife passing effortlessly through the old fabric. The way she worked was quiet and focused, though a smile crossed her lips here and there. Was she excited about whatever she was about to do to me? The woman set the knife aside and picked up the other stick now, holding it up to the old broom handle that had kept me upright all this time. I can't remember what my arms were made of. Another broken tool? An old stick? I couldn't recall anyone ever commenting on it. What it was before, it was part of me. Oh, that's a full sentence, okay. She had a twine in her hands now, wrapping it around and round and round, coming in and out of my view. In a sense, I felt like there was more to me now. She continued to work, cutting out sections of canvas and twine and attaching them to me, stuffing straws inside the canvas and around my limbs. Finally, she pulled out a dress and dressed me. Did she go through all of this just to make me look a little nicer in this barren field? You're a lot of work, you know. I hope you're worth it. She sliced her palm open with a knife, blood oozing out easily. Then she put her hand deep within my chest and said something I couldn't understand. Okay, that's weird. We're doing blood rituals now, are we? Oh, gosh. Wheat? You came cuter than I expected you would. Not that that's a problem. I suppose you're a girl. Well, that doesn't matter. You're just a scarecrow, so I'll call you such. I could barely process what you're telling me. Giving your name is more trouble than it's worth. I'm not what I was. I don't know entirely what I am now either. I have hands. I'm sitting in the dirt, looking up at her. Straw is sticking out from my skin? It can't be a skin. I touched it, my thigh, and I don't feel anything aside from the faint pressure. There's no real sensation, but it certainly can't be skin. It's an illusion of some kind. I can't help but poke at straw, sticking my newfound finger into the hole. It doesn't feel like anything at all. Scarecrow, you're creeping me out a bit. Can I reply? I must be able to. The sound is strange, closer to any other sound has ever been to me. What does it matter? I suppose it doesn't, but I don't want your stuffing coming out everywhere while I'm gone. It doesn't hurt. Yes, it may. It's bothering me. She seems annoyed as she sits down beside me and has me stretched out my leg. She pulls out a needle and some kind of thread and starts stitching the hole in my thigh together. She moves on to my face. Do you have a name? Or are you just a stranger if I am a scarecrow? She stops what she's doing, staring at me for a moment. I think it's a fair question. My name is Amaranthine. Amaranthine. I'm your master and you're my familiar. So could you show a little more respect? I didn't ask for this. Honestly, I don't care if you're a smartass as long as you can complete your job. The entire reason I animated you is for this, after all. She talks as she sews, inspecting me carefully. I need you to grow some plants for me. This should be simple enough for you. You've spent years protecting these fields. I imagine you know a thing or two about plants. What if I don't want to? Do you care about that? Do you care that much? Maybe. She sighs. If you succeed, I'll free you from this farm and you can go wherever you want to. However, until you complete this task for me, you can't leave. And if you manage to mess this up entirely, you'll go back to being a bundle of sticks and fabric. Fine. What else can I say? I might as well not do something now that she's done this to me. Though, maybe I'll fail on purpose. I don't need whatever this strange body is. What does she think I need it for? It isn't as though I've ever had any desire to go beyond here. It was never possible. It doesn't matter what's out there, it doesn't matter. I don't know what's out there, it doesn't matter. I'm glad we're on the same page. I think I got all those holes. Alright then, stand up. We both stand, and I'm amazed I don't fall over immediately. I guess standing in a field all those years did some good. She digs into her bag again and returns with a pouch, holding it out to me. This has what seeds you'll need. Okay, we are now a farmer. A scarecrow farmer. Farmer scarecrow. There we go, that's probably the proper way of saying it. She drops in and I catch it without meaning to, reflexively. She looks pleased when I do. Was that a test? And here's some nicer clothes than the sack I gave you earlier. I'll check in on you in a month or so to see how things are coming along. Try not to disappoint me, Scarecrow. March. So, I don't know what month it was before about... Is that us? I think that's us. Scram! The bird flies away as I chase after it, this time finally leaving the farm. I will admit it's a little more satisfying to chase them off than it is to just hope they feel how much I hated them. I do still hate them though. I hope they know it. I'm sure they do. I take a walk around a plot where I've planted the seeds and dutifully tended for them all month. Little sprouts are starting to poke through the soil now. They're fragile like this, all the more reason to keep the birds away. More and more I find the temptation in amaranthine is offered to be free of this place. I didn't care before, but this past month I'm starting to feel the limitations of being here. Today I already plucked out any weeds, watered the seedlings. I lean on my hoe and resolve myself to the fact that there's nothing to do. Oh, you poor thing. Night is falling, which means there won't be any birds to hold my attention either. I can't even sleep to pass the time. Whatever is it that she whatever it is that she did make me, I don't require sleep. I have no concept of being tired. Excuse me. Oh, I'm gonna sit differently. Oh. Ooh, that stretches the leg nicely. Ugh. Is it because I draw on her energy? Is she tired because she keeps me animated? That seems like an unfair trade. I can't sleep, but she can. Anything to pass the time. This music is very dramatic. I stand up straight, hefting my hoe over my shoulder. I take a walk, I suppose. Yet another walk. I've gone around this ground so many times I've made a path in the dirt. Enough time has passed that any footsteps that were once here are long gone. It's strange, feeling like I'm making my presence known here. I'm leaving my mark on the earth, but temporary enough one. I'm not certain I'll exist beyond this job that Amaranthine has assigned to me. And if she deconstructs me, I'm sure my spirit will disappear like those footsteps eventually will. I don't know why I held on beyond necessity. It wasn't a conscious decision. but I've passed the house time and time again and I can't feel anything off of it. Long ago, I remember feeling it like it had a spirit like me, but I haven't felt that in a long time and I don't feel it now. How did I stick around while the house didn't? I don't understand. I suppose I still had a field to watch over even if nothing grew in it. So my job isn't over yet. But no one's lived in the house, so it doesn't need to exist anymore. No matter how much I think about it now. I don't think I'll find an answer. I'll continue my trek away from the house, feeling the boundary up against my side. It's not something touching me directly, it's more like a warning. A quiet reminder that I'm confined here, approaching the path that divides the farm from the beginnings of the town. The boundary makes itself known more and more with every step. Oof. I walk until I can't, like I'm pressing into a wall. Even if I push it, my legs won't move any further. What did she do? I wonder. Is the binding within me, or is it within the earth? Is it both? Where do I end, and where does the farm begin? Do I only exist so as long as the land does? Are you... Oh, you look weird. Are you a dog? Are you what werewolf thing? You have a strange face. Before I can even process it, I swing my hoe over my head and directly at the intruder. Overhead. Intruder? He hasn't actually crossed the boundary. Boundary of the farm, he's just on the other side of the fence. He's got the hoe, stopping it from descending any further. I'm pushing it as hard as I can, but we're evenly matched. The look on his face, he doesn't frighten me at all. I feel this is another reflex from Amaranthine forced upon me. It isn't a reflex to protect myself, it's a reflex to protect the plants around would-be intruders. I'm not sure I would have thought of him as an intruder. Fuck it all. If not for the plants, I pull my hoe away and press it into the dirt. Sorry, I must have startled you. I just wanted to introduce myself. I haven't seen you around before. I walk this way a lot, fairly often. I've been out of town for a bit. Anyway, I haven't seen you around before. I thought I would introduce. I'm Noel. Sorry, I'm rambling. He's absolutely harmless. The language he's speaking isn't the one Amaranthine spoke to me, but I can understand it without issue. You probably just didn't notice me. I can speak it too. I wonder if she gave me any other knowledge when she made me. I don't want to explain that Amaranthine did to me, but I'm not entirely sure what Amaranthine? Not entirely sure myself. Oh? Are you by yourself? I have my work. I don't need anything else. I don't know what to do with this concern. I don't know what there is to be concerned about anyway. Why bother talking to me? Though, I have to admit, it's something to do. It is indeed something to do. Well, that's good. Silence falls between us. Anything else? No, sorry, maybe I'll see you around. I would like to, if you want to. Or if it works out that way, I mean. Have a good night. Bye. I watch him go. Don't bother to bid him goodbye. He's gone before I can say anything anyway. How strange. I wonder where he's going. There's a town beyond here. Does he live there? What's in it? I look over the two houses and how so much fades into the distance. There's places out there, people far beyond here. All I know, this tiny piece of world. Oh. Another night has passed me in an isolated silence. Aside from the occasional sounds from the forest behind the farm, there's nothing but the sound of my own footsteps. I should probably start guarding the plants before the birds go. There's someone here? How is it that I went as long as I did without seeing another soul, and now twice people have appeared here without warning or permission. A better question is, how did they get here in the first place? I didn't see them walking. And they are there. There they are. By the crops. I quickly approach. Who are you? No one in particular. He's very relaxed. Maybe I could smack him with my shovel. Every part of me is on high alert that someone is here and someone is looking at Amaranthine's plans. Amaranthine. I have no idea how to say that word, and I forget it every time. I figure, oh yeah, I'm going to say it that way, and then I'm like, oh, I forgot it again. Why are you here? I simply wanted to see what you were growing. This farm has been abandoned for a long time after all. And now you're here. I couldn't help but wonder. And you look like a bunny. They're just potatoes. They're just potatoes. Oh? What use do you have for potatoes? Excuse me. It wasn't as though you're eating them, right? You're not alive after all, rude bitch. You're tethered to someone. It didn't occur to me that anyone else might be able to tell. Then again, I'm a scarecrow, and I imagine that's pretty obvious. What's with the stitches on my so-called skin? Being told I'm not alive is a strange thing to hear, though it isn't wrong. You figured me out. Now, what do you want? He looks so pleased with himself. I don't want anything particular from you. Yeah, the name's Ives. Ives? I'm gonna say Ives. I have no idea how to pronounce that again. That's the story of my life. Anyway, to simply put, I find you interesting. Oh, baby. How could I not? An abandoned farm and a lone girl tending to it. Why did your ears go back? It's so cute. And the girl isn't human, but a familiar doing someone else's bidding. Wouldn't you be curious? No. Really? I get to master didn't give you much of a personality then. Rude. You're just here to tend to the crops and nothing more. Who is your master anyways? I don't know. I only met them once. Not that I would tell him anything useful, even if I had something. I suppose I'll have to check back sometime, see if I can catch them. I would love to get to know them better. It isn't particularly common to find a familiar wandering on its own after all. Wandering? Is he calls this wandering? Anyways, we'll have to chat later. I'm being summoned. No rest for the wicked, as they say. Are you also a familiar? Goodbye, Scarecrow. I didn't say goodbye to him, on purpose this time. He's strange. I don't like him. The sooner he's gone, the better. I hope he can feel how much I dislike him. I hope he doesn't come back. Oh. I'm gonna leave this episode here. And hope to God that this isn't the last screen. Because that's happened in the past and it's painful. And I'm like, fuck. Why did I do this? Anyway. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked this episode. Check out my other stuff. Have a great day and bye.